You already know what it is. FGP, Fellagood Podcast. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Episode 33. I pity the fool. Yeah. Episode 33. I pity the fool. Because I pity the fool. And let's be honest. There's a lot of fools out there. Fellagood Podcast brought to you by Goodfellas LLC, Goodfellas Gaming, the Podcast Clubhouse on Facebook, and the Mike Podcast on YouTube and Facebook. Check them out. Check it out. Check it all out. Yeah. It's really, it feels good to be, it's another one. It's just another one, I won't stop. I can't stop. Rockefeller Records, we get down, baby. We get down, baby. Except for Rockefeller, it'd be Goodfellas Records. We get down, baby. We get down. Well, I got another show for y'all today, another Heat Rock. Just to add on to the others, just another one. Going hard body. Episode 33, I pity the fool. Now, of course, you all know. It's Black History Month. And I've been going hard body all month. Because, first and foremost, I have no respect, nor do I claim this month that our conquerors, our oppressors have given us. Do I consider it our month? I don't. I just don't. I don't. It doesn't affect me because to even consider it is disrespectful. Okay, it's very disrespectful. It's like a spit in the face. It's literally like a motherfucker walking up to you and spitting clean in your face, hot loogie, like that's what I get out of that. To disrespect me and tell me, but not only that, this is like I look at, I'm trying to figure out how to put this. I look at Black History Month, for the elite. For the people who run it, they probably just do that to have some kind of social experiment or observation experiment, to see how many people are down, for something they just throw at you, and how many, just like with anything else, the Black Panthers, Avengers, Black Panther came out and everybody was, I seen people out and they Black Panther retire and all that, taking it to the next level. So I can see how they can sit back and when they hit you with Black History Month or they hit you with Valentine's Day, to see how much, the black community, the black dollar spends. And I'm sure the numbers are well, I didn't even have, it's well, the black dollar spends billions on Valentine's Day a year, I'm sure. Me, myself, I used to partake. I would spend at least $2,000, anywhere from $500 to $1,000 to $2,000 on a date with somebody, especially with your girl or whatever, matching outfits and all that. So, it's disrespectful. It's like a spit in the face, okay? Because if you think about it, from 2018, and I'm sure we could probably go back from year 2000 till now, every year on February, some bullshit to happen. And I can't, if I did, I'm going to do a track list on it. Because I can remember a few years back in 2017, 2016, some bullshit happened. But just more recently, 2020 in February, George Floyd happened in 2020, around that time, and it's just always some shit going on around the month that they gave us. So it's like, to me, it's an experiment. It's a game. I always say it's a game. I always say they like to play games. They like to put things right in front of you. And it's probably tripping them out when they do these games and these experiments because they get to really see how, for most of the part, we're all just blind and just willing to just accept anything they tell us, right? So, like I said, it's disrespectful to give us 1 month, and then in that 1 month, they'll fuck you, and I'm about to show you what I mean right now, okay? So, Black History Month. So first we had what? President's Day, correct? And you know I went hard body. Fellagood Podcast went hard body for President's Day. You know? Because I want to make sure I'm staying with the curve. I want to make sure, you know, for the followers I do have, that they understand, you know, what these days are that comes about. I'm going to try to hit every one of them and slide on every one of them. And so President's Day is a reminder of who is in control, okay? President's Day is a reminder of who was in control then and who is and stayed in control now, okay? It's a reminder of the past, and it's also a reminder of the future. It's a reminder of where we've been. It's a reminder of where we are going. That's what President's Day is. President's Day is a message to the elite order. To the elite order to let them know, hold the line. It's to let them know to hold the line. Yeah. That's what President's Day is. Now, why is this important? Because some may forget. So you must keep people in check. But for the people who know, if you know, you know. That's just the first thing. Now, mind you, President's Day is in February, in Black History Month. Coincidence? I don't believe in coincidences. You know this. I don't believe in coincidences. No, I don't. I don't believe in it. So, that's President's Day, okay? Now we're going to go on down the road. Before we go on down the road, I must tell you, Fellagood Podcast brought to you by Goodfellas LLC. Know that. We on every platform, everywhere. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere where you think I can't be, I'm there too. So, again, President's Day is just a reminder, though, for everyone to know, you know, and for the people in power, it's a salute to everyone holding the line. It's a salute to every president that has held the line and made sure that things stay the way they are. Now, I have proof to prove what I'm saying in many facets, but I have very interesting way to different spin on things today to show y'all. Okay? So, that's President's Day. Now we're going to move on to smack dab in the middle of your month, Black History Month that they gave us, right? Smack dab in the middle, we got Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. Yet another social experiment. Yet another observation experiment. Valentine's Day was originally called Lupercalia. Lupercalia, Lupercalia is like it's pretty much a sacrifice ritual, blood rituals and stuff of that nature, right? And I always used to think, you know, on Valentine's Day, everybody, you know, and I know if you don't know, you don't know, so you just doing you, you know. But in my mind, I'm like, man, it's a lot of people coming up missing. A lot of people come up missing on Valentine's Day, and human trafficking so high. And organ harvesting and all that stuff is so bad and high, out of control, and Epstein type people are still out having their way. And so, Valentine's Day for you might have been, a good time with your lady or whatever, with your loved ones or whatever. But Valentine's Day for many people was very tragic and terrifying, because they don't have the luxury to have any love. They only had the luxury of being somewhere being held against their will, being forced to do things and being fucked up and killed. So they don't get the luxury of chocolates. They get the luxury of death. But anyway, Valentine's Day originally was called Lupercalia because it's a sacrificial ritual day. And you got to understand, a lot of these things come from Greece and Greek mythology and Roman and all that shit. It's all about, in the game I talked about Assassin's Creed, I play Valhalla. It's new. It's the newer Assassin's Creed. And in there, they have, how people believe you have Jesus and God, right? And so in the Vikings, they believed in Odin and Thor. So Odin was God and Thor was Jesus. And so shows my ass black. If you don't believe me, look over the picture over on your wall of Jesus right now. You know it's there. He looked just like goddamn Thor. And looked just like goddamn Odin. And so Odin and Thor are from Asgard. So Asgard is heaven. See what I'm saying? It's all a game. It's all part of, it's all part of these fictional characters that have been brought to life for you that you've never seen, but you believe in. So my point is, Valentine's Day rolls into that same shit, right? So Valentine's Day is demonic. It has a history filled with demonic shit. I already told you, also Valentine's Day is a social experiment and an observation experiment for those who are in control to just really sit back at the board, if you will, of chess and just watch you guys and make the moves, and they just kind of, and they've been doing it forever, so they already kind of know what you're going to do now anyway. So it's just like, I don't know, a game for them, if you will. But also, Valentine's Day was made to divide people. There's a lot of different things that divide us, sports and religion and all that stuff, the Bible, all that is division, right? Well, Valentine's Day is just another form of division, as much as people want to just love each other, believe it or not, more people break up and fight and get killed and divorce on Valentine's Day. Because, Cupid, see, people only know Cupid, the little cute Cupid to shoot the bow to make you fall in love, but Cupid's supposed to have two bows, and when he got the blindfold on, he shoot with the other bow, and that's the one to make you not love. So it creates division, just like Christmas does too. Christmas creates division, even on a small scale between the family members. Even on a small scale between the family members, Even on a small scale between family members, kids, some kids get this, some kids get that. And so, there's that, you can't, a kid builds up this jealousy and, envy, if you will, because of these things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I ain't good enough, but such and such got this. So that creates division. And it gets deep. It starts on a small scale and that stuff builds up like a snowball. You know what I mean? Like a snowball, just goddamn get big, right? But it does break, create that division in people and brings out some ugly truths in people and secrets and stuff like that. So, also Valentine's Day, I was just talking about Cupid. Well, Cupid was named Nimrod, And Nimrod was the king. Was the king of Nimrod was called the king of demons, and he was the mighty hunter. And he used his own bow to shoot his mother, and she fell in love with him. You know that creates that pedophilic, ancestral, nasty, shit going on right there. A lot of nasty shit going on right there. So apparently, and these are all stories anyway. None of this is true, but it's in the story. In the story itself, Nimrod was a hunter, and he had a powerful bow that could make people fall in love. That's what Cupid's all about, and that's very similar to stories in the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah. Kind of that ancestral shit. That nasty shit that ain't right, but it's okay because it's in the Bible. It is okay, right? And so Cupid and Venus became Virgin and Mary, right? Think about it. If you just look at them, they all look the same. They probably look the goddamn same. All of them, even the ones before, when you come with Cupid, you go back to, like I say, you're dealing with Greece mythology and shit. So if you look at what's his name? Not fucking the Saturn, the god of light, thunder, or whatever. I forget the shit, but they all look like Bible characters, straight up. They all look the same. Santa Claus, Odin, Thor, Santa Claus, Cupid, they all look like Jesus. So Cupid and Venus became Virgin Mary and baby Jesus. Cupid looked like baby Jesus. Anyway, I digress. Moving right along. Last but not least on my list today, it's heavy though. It's heavy. Last but not least, let me take a little smoky smoke for this one. Oh, it's heavy. So that's just two I've given you. So you got right here in February, Black History Month. You got President's Day. We went through that. You got Valentine's Day. We touched on that. And now I'm about to hit you with the bomb. So, as you all know, and as I've seen, a lot of people hype, just like when Black Panther came out, and even Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. People came out and was real about that shit. I see people dressing up like the actual Black Panther party, like looked like Huey P. Newton and all of them. Disrespectful as shit, right? Same thing just happened again, ladies and gentlemen. And here's how I pull everything in too. Watch this. As you all have seen, or you're gonna see, or you have seen, Judah and the Black Messiah. They dropped that a week or two ago. I just watched it a couple days ago. Yesterday, actually. It don't matter. I drop these every Sunday, so. But Judah and the Black Messiah. They dropped this movie on Black History Month, and before I seen the movie again, I got the same reaction as when Avengers and Black Panther came out, and people was just acting like real turned up. Well, I'm gonna break it down for you. I gotta do it. I love movies, but this movie here, to keep it simple, was a message to the black man. It was a message to the black man. Period. And not only was it a message to the black man, but this movie was so cold because not only was it a message to the black man, but it also was a message. It was an invite to show you what it looks like behind the curtains. I talk about behind the curtains, behind the scenes. Shit be going on. Well, this is what this right here. This right here shows you a glimpse, just one small glimpse, not even that big of a scope, but big enough to show you how it looks behind the curtains and what I be talking about. So you had the guy, the main character, Bill, called him Wild Bill. Make a long story short, spoiler alert coming too. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, you want to get out of here now. If you haven't seen Judah and the Black Messiah. Let's go back to that title real quick though. Judah, I think means betrayal. Quote me if I'm wrong. But what sticks out more for me is the Black Messiah. Even in the movie, you'll see in the scene, just through the movie where it's a lot of people, important people. You can tell they're elite people. You can tell they're of elite status. They're sitting around a table and they're talking heavy talk like, we don't want these niggers to ever become or find another Black Messiah. They actually say that because they're worried. They're worried about us coming together. They're worried about us becoming like me, unplugged. They're worried that if you got a million people like me, they're in trouble. Wouldn't you agree? A person that's unplugged from the system, that does not go does not go with the grain. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't work out for them, right? It does not, and I'm gonna prove it. So in this movie, like I said, you got Wild Bill, black brother, and the movie is basically about Wild Bill being a snitch. He a bitch. He a snitch. He infiltrated the Black Panther Party. They opened their arms up to him. He a brother, right? White man couldn't do it. But how he do it? He did it through the brother. Happens all the time. This is nothing new. But when I tell y'all about Joe Biden and when I tell y'all about Bernie Sanders being behind the scenes back in the MLK days, motherfuckers want to look at me crazy, right? But when I say they be maneuvering behind the scenes, now you get to understand. Now I forget the actor that plays the FBI agent in here. I forget his name, but he played. I hated him in Breaking Bad because he killed the boy on the bike that had the spider. If you watch Breaking Bad, and I didn't like him. And he also played in Fargo. But he's a great actor. He plays the FBI agent, white dude. And make a long story short, Wild Bill, he says he calls himself Wild Bill, it opens up with him going into a bar dressed up like a police officer. And he got a fake badge, so he go in there and try to bust these dudes and steal their car. But he's a police officer, so he's gonna get away with it. But they see his hat fell off and they see he's black now. Oh shit. He run. Nevertheless, he get caught up with the police and the police tell him, the FBI say, hey, they beat his ass. They tell him, you get 5 years for impersonating an FBI agent, and you getting like a year for the car theft. So what do you want to do? Or you can leave out of here. And so of course Bill, being a bitch ass nigga, he say I want to leave out of here. So now they got him one. Now you have to understand, once the police get you, they don't let you go. Once they hook you for life. So Wild Bill starts working for the FBI, and the FBI, this dude, his whole goal, the people he worked for, wants Fred Hampton, who was part of the Black Panther division in Chicago. He wanted Fred Hampton. The elite people didn't want Fred Hampton. He was feeding people. He was helping these people. He was helping these people eat. He was helping his community, and they didn't want that. People were coming together, and they were becoming strong, and they didn't want that. And so they wanted Fred Hampton out of here, of course. And so they had orders to do this. The elites had orders to get him out of here the best way they could, right? The dude tells Wild Bill, black dude, he tells the the FBI agent tells Wild Bill that, the Black Panthers is just like the KKK. They're terrorists, right? Mind you, Bill, what I like about this movie is it shows that Black Panthers weren't the terrorists. In fact, the terrorists were the FBI, the CIA, the government. I love that part. I love how they just throw it right in your face, because who's going to say anything anyway, right? It shows who the true terrorists are. because Wild Bill gets some fucking explosives out of nowhere from the FBI and brings it to Fred Hampton and them to retaliate against the police. And they say, "Nigga, you crazy? Get that shit out of here!" Like they not even on that. He's like, they'll bomb us, similar to when they bombed in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Same shit. You see a community of black people, big, strong community of black people, and they thriving, and they don't need no outside help from anybody. They don't need to work for nobody. They doing them. They didn't like that. They couldn't have that. And so therefore, what happened? They bombed that whole fucking community. Made some bullshit excuse to do it and got it done. Period. So it shows you, this movie shows you who the real terrorists are. Just like Tulsa. They bombed Tulsa, and just like in here, they wanted to get the Black Panthers up out of there, especially Fred Hampton, this division. They knew that he was too strong. He was making positive, good moves for the people. And not only black people, he went in a church with all white racist people and turned them. They was at the rallies too. But so was the FBI agent watching motherfucking Wild Bill chanting and shit. That shit, man, go see it if you ain't seen it. It's shit cold. So, make a long story short, this is a reminder. The Judah and the Black Messiah is a reminder of what happens to black people when they try to be independent. This is just a reminder what happens when you try to do what's right and not need, this is just a reminder. This movie is a message to everybody. And quite frankly, it's a threat. It's not a threat, though. No, it's not a threat. I retract that statement. This movie is not a threat. It's a reassurance, because the threat would mean that something is going to happen. This shit never stopped. That's my point. This shit never stopped. It never stopped. So, Wild Bill, pretty much at the end of the movie, he's the one that poisoned. He gets put up to the task from the FBI to poison. Okay, now Fred Hampton go to jail. He get out. They say they won't. He meet with the FBI agent, tell him he want him to poison him and kill him. He said, "Well, man, you don't need to do that. He going back to jail. He just got out, but he going back." The elite top dude on the phone was like, "Don't you know niggers become great authors in jail? Don't you know they become greater?" He mentioned I can't remember who he mentioned, but it's so many of them. People have went to jail and became more than what they were when they were out. So dude, like, him going to jail ain't gonna work. We need him dead. And so Wild Bill, of course, the police got the hooks in him. If he don't do it, they gonna tell that he an informant and he dead anyway, right? So he fucking do it. It don't matter, because the police come in and kick the door down that night. The same night he poisoned them, right? The police kick down the door and shoot every motherfucking body, but left a couple alive. The wife, pregnant, lays on top of Fred, but Fred already dead. He they was asleep, and she trying to wake him up so they can escape. He already dead because Wild Bill did the job. It didn't matter because the agents went in there and put like 3 more bullets in his head to make sure, bow, 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 and confirmed that Wild Bill did his job. The bitch nigga did his job. So they confirmed the kill. It was crazy. That shit crazy, man. But this shit happened, this ain't nothing new, but a movie like this at a time like this is what I'm saying. If you think about what I'm saying, a movie like this at a time like this is disrespectful. But I ain't new to this. They always do. They always being disrespectful. That ain't that new. So, at the end of the movie, there's this little clip that plays, a real clip that was like an interview with him, right? And I guess he must have committed suicide after Martin Luther King back in, I forget. But he went out the easy way. He killed himself because he deserved. He went and act like he was down with the people, and all along he the reason why Fred did. And so he was asked the question, well, once his son, because I guess he got a kid or whatever, asked him about what he did, what would he say? And he said he'll let history tell it. He doesn't know what to say about it. He'll let you judge. And so it's like, nigga, sad thing about it is a lot of niggas out here like that right now today. Even watching the show right now. You know what I mean? Snitches. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that get close to you and do you wrong. He asked that man, you want another drink? You know what I'm saying? And he was looking shook. Man, nobody paying no attention. Yeah, give me some. Gotta always be paying attention, man. Yeah, going to jail wasn't an option for the elite. But him going to jail wasn't an option because he would only come back out stronger. They wanted him dead, and they killed him. and they double tapped him. They had him. They had him poisoned. Excuse me. They had him poisoned and assassinated at the same time, pretty much. And I believe it's just sad. It's just sad. But nevertheless, this movie's a message to the black man. Just like everything else in President's Day, it's a reminder. It's a reminder to stay in your place and remember. It's a reminder. That's what it is more than anything. Okay? Malcolm X. Malcolm X said, we're experiencing and what we're going through political oppression. This was back in the day he said this, of course. Political oppression. Facts. Right now. 2021. Facts. Economic exploitation from 2019 to 2021. I know it's been more than this, okay? Let me be clear. I'm just speaking of the exploitation of recent and now. When I speak of, what do you mean by that, Fellagood? Well, the exploitation comes in with exporting capital. What am I speaking on? I spoke on this in the past. Exporting capital happens when you have these big $1 trillion bills come in and we get the crumbs, and they give us the crumbs and they bail out the big tech companies and the $1 billion companies. And after they bail them out, they send money out overseas and other places, foreign places, which is considered treason. But they don't tell you that. They just pull it under the rug and they don't say nothing. So it is treason, right? But they get away with it all the time. They've been getting away with it. So that's what we're experiencing right now. From 2019, all them bills that came through with COVID-19, all that was economic exploitation. So that, if you want the definition of it, you can look it up. But I just gave you the definition. Really is 2019. So now that is the definition of economic exploitation, and it's going on right now. Exporting capital is going on right now, and social degradation. Malcolm X said this, right? Malcolm said, if you walk around singing, we shall overcome, wishing, praying to a Jesus for equality, the government has failed us. And I want to leave y'all with a fella fact, like I always do. In 2021, if you still walking, marching, singing, we shall overcome, wishing, praying for equality, hoping for equality, then you are lost, and you may be lost forever and never found. I love y'all. Episode 33. I pity the fool. I pity the fool try to tell me some bullshit, because I ain't going. But see, I get the messages, and that's why I'm the way I am. See, this gives you an insight on why I see things the way I see them. I don't fuck with a lot of shit because it's some bullshit. That movie disrespectful as fuck. But I respect the motherfucker letting me know. A lot of people just took it as a movie. I seen a lot of comments, a lot of people saying, you know, I just didn't, I ain't see nobody take it the way I took it. But I'm different. I've been said that from the gate. I'm different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, it is what it is. That movie was a message, and I got the message, and I always get the messages. I'm just trying to share them to y'all so y'all can see them too, cause I'm sick of the bullshit. How about you? I ain't even try to rhyme that time. Fuck it. FGP, hashtag FGP, hashtag Koger, hashtag Goodfellas Gaming, hashtag Goodfellas LLC, hashtag The Truth Shall Set You Free, hashtag Fuck Your Merch. I'm out of here, y'all. It's been another one. Dropping it. Hey, I'll just come in and you already know what it is. And until next time, y'all be smooth, be cool. Don't forget to go check us out on Facebook, the Podcast Clubhouse, Fellagood Podcast on Facebook, Jonathan Tony Stark Coger on Facebook, dropping fire all through that thing all the time. Check Fellagood Podcast out on Instagram, TikTok, everything. And with that, I'm out. Peace.